this beautiful car with just one answer on Card Shark. And if you play your cards right, you can win $32,000. And now, the host of Card Shark, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Card Shark. Let me tell you where we're going to pick it up today. We just crowned a new champion the other day. He's never played for the big money, so we're going to give him a chance to do that right now. So why don't we get him in here? Come on, Jeffrey, join us, please. Here's our new champ on Card Shark. How you doing, Jeff?
Very good, Bob. Thank you. I'm Jeff.
Please, tell us about yourself.
All righty, I'm Jeff Krumike from Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, a wife with 2 children, an airline pilot, and I love all kinds of sports.
You're a wife with 2 children?
A wife with 2 children.
Oh, you say you have a wife with 2 children?
The last time I checked, I did.
I see. And 2 kids, and you're an airline pilot?
That's it.
And you married a flight attendant?
No, non-flight attendant.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you ready to play for the big money?
I was born ready.
We're going to give you a chance to win a lot of money, and the 2 lovely ladies who are going to be helping us out to do that are Susanna Williams, and also our guest model this week is Pia Reyes, our 2 dealers on Card Shark. Morning, ladies. Now, here's what's going to happen, Jeff. They're going to deal out the cards from the deck you cut a little earlier. Please keep in mind you can win a lot of money, plus we got a new car to give away and lots of fun, too. So you can change 1 card per line. That's really important for you. Why don't we give the man some money to bet with, and he is going to play for the big money. You ready?
Right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
You got $200 to start with, Jeff, and here's your first card. Happens to be an 8. Now, you can play or
my
you can
goodness.
change that.
I got to change that with number 1, please.
Number 1.
Number
All right.
1.
Thank you, Pia. The 8 now becomes a king.
All right.
200.
Let's go 200 lower.
And I bet it all lower than the king. You've done
right.
it. 400.
Okay, I'll say, let's say 300 lower.
$300 lower. He's going 300 lower than the Jack 10.
All right.
Yeah, $700.
Oh,
Jeff.
my goodness. I feel like I'm a thin ice. Let's say just 200 lower.
$200 lower than the 10, the man says. Is it? No, that's okay. You played it very wisely. You got 500 up here. I'll give you another 400. You got $900.
All righty.
What you got?
This is a no-brainer. 900 lower.
I knew you'd say that. I just knew you would. Is it lower?
Yeah.
Then it is. 1,800, Jeff.
Let's change that with number 2, please.
Number 2. Okay, thank you, Pia. The 6
Come
now
on.
becomes a 3.
All right.
1,800.
Let's see. 1,800 higher.
Yeah, gonna go for it. Sure.
Roll the dice, let them fall.
All right. All of it higher than the 3.
Oh,
Oh, Jeff. Oh.
You know what I said about being married earlier?
Yes?
It's over.
Oh, the marriage is over
It's
now.
over.
Oh, I feel so bad for you. That's the only car that could have beat. And it
That's the way
did.
it goes.
Well, heck, you still have $200.
Better
Now,
than nothing.
we're going to pep you up a little bit. We're going to give you a chance to win a new car, all right?
Very good.
Now, okay, now, we're not going to give a chance to win a new car? Yes, we are. We're going to give a chance to win a new car. And Gene's going to tell you about the car you can win. So here it is. Gino?
The Toyota Tercel 3-door hatchback, featuring standard equipment including 4-speed, manual transmission, front-wheel drive, and California emission. Good luck, Jeff.
All right, Jeff, let's change your luck now. Now, here's how you can win that new car. All this week in our studio audience, we have a group of very nice ladies. They're 10 married women whose marriage has survived their husband's affair, okay? They're standing right down there. I'm going to ask you a question about those 10 married women. Then I'll ask you to register your answer over there on our range board. It's a chance to win a new car. Susanna, could I have the question, please? Thank you. All right. Remember, these are 10 married women whose marriage has survived their husband's affair. Before the show, we asked these 10 women, did you ever actually find lipstick on your husband's collar? How many of these 10 women did find lipstick on their husband's collar? I want you to go over there and place the marker on your answer, if you would, please. Let's see what the airline pilot can do with this one. Sometime today, I think, Jeff, is when we really need
There we
that.
go.
You find 2 of them, okay? All right. If your answer, if it's right, if it's 2, you win the car. If you're off by 1, if it's 1 or 3, then you win $500, and you could use it right now.
You're right.
So we're rooting for you. The actual number of these women who found lipstick on their husband's collar is 2 of them! Yeah! Come on, man.
Oh, that's great.
His luck has changed.
Oh, I need
How's
this.
that? First time up with the brand new car. He now has $6,853 cash in car, and we'll be right back to be the new challenger
Great.
after this.
Thank you very much. My marriage may have just survived.
The card charge. Oh, Jeff, I think we've done it, though, you know? Jeff told me, he said, I think we've saved my marriage.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, you had $1,800. You bet it all, and a deuce hit you in the mouth. You were down to zero. You step up and win a brand new car. Yeah, things are looking good for you.
Much better than they were
Good.
5 minutes
you
ago.
got $6,853 in cash and prizes so far. We're going to meet a new challenger. Caroline, please come in here. Hiya.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to win one of those cars, too.
Well, talk to Jeff there. Tell us about Caroline.
My name is Caroline York Carriage. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm now living in Dallas, Texas, where I work as a flight dispatcher for an airline.
Oh, the airlines are being represented. Do you work for a major airline?
Yes, I do.
Do you work for a major airline? Well, how about it? It's major airline day.
Mine's more major.
Yours is more major than his? Yeah, but he has a new car and you don't.
Absolutely true.
All right. Win 2 games, you're our champion. Keep that in mind. Susanna's got the cards all dealt out, and we're on our way with game number 1. And here's our first question. It goes to you, Jeff. And like I told you earlier, folks, in our audience, we have 10 married women whose marriage has survived their husband's affair. And ladies, welcome to our show. Now, Jeff, you were pretty good with these ladies once before. Let's see how you do this time. Before the show, we asked these 10 women, did you suspect your husband was having an affair long before you found out for sure? How many of these 10 women did suspect their husband was having an affair long before they found out?
My gosh, my hat is off to those ladies. That'd be a tough situation. But I think in that kind of situation, it probably comes up at you all at once. I don't think that'd be something that you'd suspect for a long time. So I think it's going to be a fairly low number. I'll say 4.
4 out of
Yes,
the
sir.
10. All right, suspected. Let's see what Caroline says. Caroline, you married?
I sure am.
All right.
And I love my husband dearly. I think that might be a little bit higher because you kind of suspect and then you go looking to see if something's there.
Are you speaking out of experience?
No.
Okay. The actual number of these women who have suspected their husband was having an affair long before they found out for sure is 6 of them. You're right, Caroline.
All right.
It was. Which 6 of you ladies suspected? Raise your hand if you would, please. Raise your hand. Dee, how did you suspect? Why did you suspect?
Hi, Bob. My husband was going to college at the time, and he'd take a shower, he'd shave, he'd put his foo-foo on. I mean, I said, to go to the library to study, you're going to do all this?
Oh, he'd take a shower to go to the library, is that it? Oh, he's reading clean books,
Well, the
Dee.
shaving
Yeah.
was what?
So you suspected that way because he was going to the library, but he put his foo-foo on. Okay, I got you. Ladies, thank you very much. It's going to be an interesting week. I can see that right now. Okay, here we go. Caroline, you ready?
You bet.
Here's your card. It's all over there.
We're going to go lower.
We are, huh? Let's see. Yeah.
We're going to go lower.
Lower again. Go. Oh, listen to Jeff go,
I know
whoa.
that feeling very well.
Was that a whoa of happy or a whoa of sad, Jeff? Jeff, you got a free chance with a 3.
All right. Let's go higher.
Higher. Now, oh! Not my fault.
My
Susanna dealt him. Okay, let's try another question. Caroline, Sylvester Stallone says he loves his work so much he'd do it for free. That's why he got paid $30 million to do his last movie. Yeah. So we surveyed 100 men and we asked them, do you love your job so much you would do it for free? How many men said they would?
I think that's a low number. Most people have to pay for their house, they have to pay for their cars, and they have to pay for the food on the table. So I think that was how many would do it for free.
Yeah, how many said they would do it
low,
for free?
Maybe 25.
25. Let's see what Jeff says.
Well, I love my job a lot, but, you know, a job is a job day in and day out, and if I made as much money as my brother thinks I did, and
That's right,
I had the time
yeah.
off that my neighbor thinks I do, and
That's
I fool
right.
around on the layovers like my wife thinks I does,
Yeah.
it'd be great. There's no
I
such,
mean,
there's
I
no
want
such
to know
thing.
something, man. Do you put on foo-foo to go to the library? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I stay away from those clean
You
books.
don't ever put on your uniform and say, honey, I'm going to a flight, do you?
That's, no,
okay,
no.
okay.
Too easy to check the schedule. I think it's going to be a little lower.
Lower. Yes, so you think it is. I think it's going to be about 25 people lower. We'll see. Actual number of men who love their job so much they do it for free is 11 of them.
Ooh,
Yes,
all right.
it was lower. 11 of them. I mean, I
All
wouldn't do
righty.
this job for free to show up at the studio every day like we
Let's
do.
try it again. Let's go higher.
Higher, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I'll freeze it. I'll freeze.
Freeze?
You betcha. I'm gun shy now.
He's going to freeze. No guts, no glory, Jeffrey. Gee whiz. Okay, we'll be back to finish game number 1 right after this. Don't go away now. The card starts. Let's continue with game number 1 between our champ and our challenger. Jeff, I've got an educated guess question
All
for
righty.
you. Now, these are fun questions. I like this. And you're going to love this one. You at home play along with us on this. On the average, Jeff, how many ants and termites can a giant anteater eat in one day? This is something everybody should know.
I counted once at the zoo.
On an average now.
Just on an average. We're not talking big appetite or anything like that.
Average old anteater.
Okay, we'll say...
in one day, Jeff.
I'll bet they can eat 250,000.
250,000. Caroline, will it be higher or lower?
I bet you they have big appetites, but I think that might just be a little bit lower.
Yeah, it sounds to me like it might, too. You know nothing about anteaters, do you,
I haven't met one lately.
Obviously. The average number of ants and termites a giant anteater can eat in one day is 30,000 of them in one day. Isn't that interesting, though? Yes, Caroline has the control. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
No.
Caroline?
You bet we're going lower.
Yes, lower. Certainly it is.
Oh.
I'm going to freeze.
You're going to freeze, too?
My.
Golly.
Goodness.
What kind of game is this? We're going to play sudden death, you guys. Fourth and final question. Someone has to win the game on the next play of the cards. Control is really what you're looking for. So the question is yours, Caroline. Here we go. Surveyed 100 child psychiatrists. We asked them, can a boy who never lives with his father grow up to become a good father anyway? How many child psychiatrists said a boy who never lives with his father can become a good father?
Oh, I think that if you try hard enough, you can be a really good father. It's hard because you follow your example, but you read and you watch other good fathers. I think that number will probably be about 65.
65 out of 100 child psychiatrists said a boy who never lives with his father can be a good father. Jeff?
Well, I have a 9-year-old son, and I have a good wife, and she's a very good mother. And if I wasn't around, I think that he'd still grow up to be a good man and a good father. I think probably most other home situations are the same. At least I'd like to think so. So I'll say the number is going to be a little bit higher.
A little bit higher than that. The actual number of child psychiatrists that a boy who never lives with his father can become a good father is 92 of them.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. Now we're playing sudden death, Jeff. These are your choices, my friend. You can change the 8, play it out if you give Caroline wins the game, or you can pass it on to Caroline. She also has an 8.
I hate to be greedy. I'll pass.
You're going to pass it to Caroline. Caroline, it's all up to you. Make a mistake, he wins the game. Play it out, and you're the winner.
We're going to go higher.
Higher than the 8. No! That means that Jeff wins game number 1 and $100. Okay.
Good guess. You had a 50-50 shot.
Doggone, huh? Jeff has the first game. Caroline, you have to win this game, you know, to stay in the match. So let's find out who our champion is going to be. We'll get it started right now. Susanna's going to deal out cards in the same deck, and we're on our way. And once again, this question will now involve our 10 women who are in our studio audience whose marriages have survived their husband's affair. And, Jeff, here's the question. Before this show, we asked our 10 women, did any of your friends know about the affair and not tell you? How many of these 10 women said one of their friends did know about the affair and didn't tell them?
Oh, my goodness. That'd be an awful tough situation. And if one of the parties to a marriage is running around, it's difficult to keep from some of the friends. So I'll bet at least one of the friends knew, and in a lot of cases.
How many do you say that?
I'll bet 7.
7. 7 of them. Let's see what Caroline says.
Oh, oftentimes people play around with friends. I think that's a little higher.
I think it's in higher than that. The actual number of these women who said one of their friends knew about the affair and didn't tell them is 6 of them. Not higher, no. One lower. Which 6 of you ladies, raise your hand if you would, please. I count. Is there 6 of you down there? There we go. Okay, there they are. All right, Sue, tell me about it.
Well, actually, my best friend knew, and in fact, her mother-in-law saw my husband with his girlfriend, and she'd call me at night and hint to me that it was going on, and I wouldn't listen to her because I didn't want to.
She hinted to you and
Yeah,
everything.
when he wasn't home, she'd call and say, "Do you know where your husband is right now?"
Do you know where your children are tonight?
That's right.
I see.
It's 6 o'clock. You know where he's at?
He's in the library wearing foo-foo. That's where he is. Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Whoa!
All right,
Jeff. Here's your card. 10.
Okay. I'd like to change that card.
What, change it to?
Yeah, I'd like to change.
Well, you come to the right place. Susanna's got a new one for you. There's a 4.
All righty. Now we're on a roll. Let's go higher.
Higher than that 4 and 6.
I feel lucky. Let's go higher again.
Oh, he's going to step out. Higher than the 6. No. No. Oh, Caroline gets a free chance. And Caroline a queen.
We're going to go lower.
Lower than the queen. Queen. No. No progress at all there. We'll pause for these words. We'll be right back to find out who's going to win game number 2. Continue with this game. Caroline, I got a question for you.
Okay.
We surveyed 100 single women. We asked them, have you ever been engaged to a man who decided to call the whole thing off? How many women have been engaged to a man who called the whole thing off?
Oh, you know those men are finicky, and they say women are. I had a very good friend that called off the wedding. So it wasn't my husband.
Isn't it better for a guy to call it off rather than go through it and not mean it?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. I'm not trying to defend the guys here. We're getting beat up this week anyway, obviously.
I think that number is going to be about 45.
45 out of 100 women have been engaged to a man who called the whole thing off. Jeff?
I know a few folks who have gone down that road, and I think it's fairly commonplace. I'm going to say just a little bit higher.
I think it might be higher than that. Actual number of single women. Oh, the audience is going, oh. The actual number of single women who have been engaged to a man who called the whole thing off is 8 of them. 8 of them, Jeff. No. Okay, Caroline, keep the queen, I assume.
We're going to go lower.
Lower, you bet.
We're going to go higher.
Higher it is not.
Oh, God.
Boy, cards are rolling bad for that lady. Jeff, you get a free chance.
My goodness, okay, got to go higher.
Higher it is.
Let's go higher again.
Higher again, the man says. You got it.
Freeze, I'll freeze.
Freeze on the 8. Sure, I don't blame you. All right, he's 2 cards away from winning the match. And I've got another question for you. Surveyed 100 people, we asked them, do you believe that evil spirits can possess the bodies of ordinary people? How many people do believe people can be possessed by evil spirits?
I've flown with a few pilots that I'd swear evil spirits were inside of them.
I've flown with a few pilots that I thought that too. And I was a passenger.
You know, I personally don't believe that evil spirits possess people's bodies, and I'm not into exorcism, so I think it's going to be a low number. I think most people feel the same way. I'll say 28. 28
out of 100. Caroline, will it be higher or lower than that?
Well, you know, there are those people out there that practice and really do believe there are evil spirits. This is a pretty hard one, but I think it's going to be a little bit lower.
I think it might be a little bit lower than that. It's a good question for Halloween, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Boo. Actual number of people who believe people can be possessed by evil spirits is 29.
Woo! All right.
Not lower, a little bit higher. All right.
Okay.
I'll change the 8.
Got to change it.
Heck yes.
Change
The 8 shall now be an 8.
All right. Yeah. Lower.
Lower than the ace. 5.
Got to go higher.
If it's higher, you're the champ. Play for the big money again. Higher than the 5.
Oh!
Oh, my goodness. The evil spirits. Evil spirits possessed your car.
That's right. They just showed up.
Some of the other game shows are wearing costumes and all of that. You're wearing a costume today, aren't you? And I like it.
Thank you.
Boo.
Boo. To you, too.
Thank you. Free chance.
Gotta go lower.
Lower than the queen. Got it.
Gotta go higher.
Higher than a 5. Yeah.
Lower.
Lower than the 8. Yes.
Gotta go higher.
If it's higher, you tie it up. You do. All right. The ladies step up and won a game. That means we have to play a tiebreaker to find out who our champion is going to be. We'll be right back with more Card Sharks right after this. We'll see you next time. Happy Halloween, everybody. Bye-bye from Card Sharks.
Some of us